Hello, everyone. Day before the Fed meeting, many central banks meeting, I believe, at 6, including BOJ, ECB. I'm not sure what other countries are doing it, but they want to get things out of the way in front of Christmas. And I'm joined by Mike Venezia. Good morning, Mike. One of the best stock traders I know, and I've been watching what he does for the last year and how he teaches people his process. So, Mike, I could probably guess your response is what the Fed says or does important to you.
It is. Yes, it is important to me. And it's more important to me than most times, for lack of a better term, because up to this point, a lot seemed irrelevant. I don't know why it completely changed at this given moment. I'm sure you can extrapolate on that. But you know what? It's maybe from an active trading standpoint, even more so. I've never seen, let me digress. Very few, when you see very few, it's not really a lot of selling. It's really lack of buyers. Nobody's willing even to try to take a chances as if to buy the rumor, sell the news. We pulled back a little bit. We are only 2% off the highs, and we can go into how a couple of stocks have held it up, blah, blah, blah. You can go back on all our videos the past week and look at that. But, still, there's a little bit of complacency. I would like the VIX to be up a lot higher. I really would. And this is a time where I think it's for lack of a better term, egregious behavior not to be somewhat hedged.
Okay, I agree. And people, they say it's a waste of money because most of their option strategies expire worthless. And I go, well, you know what? I have homeowners insurance and fire insurance. It's not that I'm looking for a fire, but if the fire comes, I'm covered. And I want to talk about what's happening here in fact, one of your favorite.
Let me just say something about the insurance.
The
majority of the time where the hedges may not work is because they're put on in extreme circumstances, and those premiums might even be exacerbated to a degree. So that's why you also have to time it to a degree too. You can't panic.
Yeah. In fact, I read about that, Mike. That a lot of people on the day after Thanksgiving, when we had that rout, were putting on their hedges when the VIX was 30. And then, 2 days later, the VIX is 22 and 20. So the art of this business is not knowing if something's going to happen. The art is the when. Well, or at least being close to the when, so that you're rewarded should the scenario manifest. So, VIX at 15 going into the end of the year, cheap insurance, right?
Well, there's other way of doing it. The VIX isn't my only product I trade.
SPY puts.
Well, yeah, again, it's a timing issue. I mean, you can't hit a bid on a put. You know what I mean? It might be a difference of 10 or 15%. You got to work it a little bit. And it is a timing issue, just like you buying a stock. Some people some stocks tripled, and it could be in your portfolio and say, how did you lose money? And you could top tick it. I mean, it's a dramatic circumstance. Lewis is asking gold range. You can ask I think the coach did a video on the gold, Lewis. The gold range is listen, if you ask me, with considering what's going on right now, stocks are being every sector across the board, and
they're selling the
no offense to the gold bugs. It's irrelevant. You might as well. It's the least right now. Gold, in all due respect, it's the least relative financial instrument, in my opinion, as we speak right now. I mean it.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I don't have them on my screen, and I do. And it doesn't mean that it won't.
What's the most relevant? Your buddy Helene Meisler is calling this market an NBA market. Did you see that one?
Well, I don't know what does the acronym stand for?
Nothing but Apple.
No,
okay, so I mean she's calling it NBA, and Apple finally gave up the ghost a little bit yesterday, and we're a little bit lower here. Okay, so I kind of think it's probably not done long term, but people that paid 180 aren't going to like 165 if we get back there.
Well, this is the problem. And it's the problem why no one wants to step in. And the Fed is an excuse for traders not to step up, to myself included, is the ultimate issue is if when Apple pulls down, will that pull down, which is so heavily weighted, and it looks like it is, will it pull down the rest of the index, or will there be proper rotation? Just because Apple's going to come in, I don't know if somebody's going to say Square's on sale here down 30% in a month. And that doesn't look like it.
Look at Microsoft.
Well, it's down 9 now. I understand.
Yeah. So failing rally. I know you look for failing rallies. That way you have some type of a reference point for being wrong. I mean, if you get short here because you're looking for a top, you're not going to stay short over the high of the move, right?
Now, like I discussed, this is the whole key to the market right now. I don't think I'm alone here. I didn't make this up considering what I talked to recently with my peers. Doesn't mean it's right, but well, this is how I'm going to play it. Is that when you see Apple come down, you see Microsoft down 9.5, you want to see these stocks like Square, like Net, like ASAN that pulled down. You want to see Salesforce stabilize. You want to see like a DraftKings stabilize. You want to see something like a Win stabilize. You don't want to see them keep going down. And, you know, that's what you really want to see. Just, you know, if Apple's going to pull back, cannabis and green energy. Cannabis is the second most irrelevant company, literally. Cannabis, besides gold, cannabis is the second most irrelevant sector out there. That's an antiquated sector. You want to say that I called the bottom on it, blah, blah, blah. I'll put myself out there, but I'll miss the 10 or 20% on CGC at 9, hoping it goes to 10 or 11. I mean, no, I don't think, no. They've been dogs for a long time. And a matter of fact, if I was stranded on a proverbial island for the rest of my life, I'd probably choose gold stocks every day over cannabis stocks. That's how I feel about it. Green energy stocks a different story because they go a little bit with crude. Yes, I like to trade TAN. I like to trade the solars. They still are in play, FSLR. Yeah, those are active, good trading stocks. But in terms of these marijuana stocks, you know, go to, I tell you to put, you know, put up barchart.com, punch up CGC and it, or whatever. That's the proverbial best of breed. 90% of the, now Lewis is giving us gold suggestions. So Lewis told that the gold's is 17, so we're all in. All right. I just gave him a dissertation how gold's irrelevant. Then he's telling me to buy gold at 1766, whatever. So what I'm saying is the key to the market right now is it's basically 3 things. You have to watch oil because that is predicated a lot to the moves on COVID. And I'm not alone in that. Coach,
there
you
you
agree?
go. There's a chart. Yeah. You know, I think that this top is the top for a while, and that we could have a failing rally here. You know, I'm not looking for new highs. I'm looking for lower lows, but a rally to sell, Mike. You know, I think we'll pop. There's some I heard there was some huge size in OIH calls, which was unusual activity that normally they don't go in with that kind of size in OIH options. Did you see that trade as unusual option activity? Did you catch it?
You know what? Actually, I did, and it's yet to play out. And you know what? I understand that it might be a trader somebody wanting to have to position money. They do look decent, and it's bearish on the market overall in general. You know, Halliburton is the best one, if you will. It's not the sexiest. BKR, the old Baker Hughes, looking good, and Schlumberger, which is, you know, I forget it. I made a good living. I'm being serious. Good living in Schlumberger at one point, and that's at 30. That's at the 200-day. You want to punch that, or I'll even share. Can I share? I'll share it.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Take the screen. So I'll stop sharing. I was just going to pull up SQQQ because over 7 looks like a breakout to me.
It is, and I hope it's not.
I've been accumulating call options on SQQ.
There were a lot of SQQs going off yesterday too.
You know why? Because of the commercial I've been watching. No, there are divergences, there are reasons, there are technical reasons, but you know, just like Elon made the cover of Time, did you know that when Bezos did in the 90s, Amazon dropped 90% after he was on the cover of Time? It's not good luck.
This dude, no, this guy that it follows, Mark Minaveri, you know him? Who he is?
Oh yeah.
He said a stat yet, and I'm not going to let it, sway my trading by any means at this level. No, nothing should. But he said something about a percentage of high growth stocks that something with something about 30% times sales, that 80% of the stocks usually correct 50% or more.
Yeah.
Then 50% of the stocks correct 80% or more.
Wow.
So that's yet to be determined. We're seeing a lot of it right now.
Yeah.
I hope it happens in Carvana. But
Okay.
all right, let's go to Schlumberger, which you said of OIH calls. You know what? They even ran into this morning. This you could have bought at 29. It's not the sexiest, but it was safe, and I get it. You know, I understand. There's a chart of SLB. We can go to even the a weekly. You know, you want to be early. You're not going to listen. The bottom line is, I don't think you can get hurt. If you are bearish the price of crude, that's going to be against you a little bit. But if you punch up the OIH in general, you know, I mean, they're a better. But what are the ones I like to trade? BKR is probably the one I'd look to. That's the bet. That's decent. You know, they all consolidated right now. There used to be a basket of 18 to 20 of them, but now they're 4 to 5, and those are probably the three: H, Halliburton, BKR, and Slop. So yeah, I'd watch the OIH. I wouldn't talk you off it. I wouldn't certainly go all in, but I wouldn't talk you off it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that's a trade I heard reported. You know, my bias. I'd rather sell rally and WTI up around 75
Yeah.
and see what happens. What's got your interest today, Mike? I know I saw a report about some strange thing happening in on the internet in the architecture with Java. Did you read that story?
I didn't get to it yet. I've only been up
Okay,
for
well,
8 hours.
yeah, well, they're putting out patches, and they say it could really be a problem because of how many people are vulnerable to it. You may want to check it out. Cybersecurity stocks doing anything, holding up better than the rest of the market?
No, I mean, see, this is, you know, thank you for bringing it to my attention. As we look right here, the first thing, when you ask about cybersecurity, the first thing that pulls up to my mind is always a best of, or any sector, if you will.
Better
I
hold
always-
here.
I always go up the best of breed, and in my opinion, once again, I don't think there's going to be many arguments. There may be a few, but CYBR right here on the 200-day, probably a decent shot to take a stab at. FTNT, well, actually, that could be the best of breed. S, the new sexy one that's selling, that's one I would consider. That's fresh. But CYBR, yeah, I would take a stab here if you need something in your portfolio. Certainly, this is the place. But certainly, I'm not. You know, I didn't move that sector to the center of my screen for a blaring trade. As a matter of fact, that now that you mention this, I'm going to do a little bit more work in the CYBR. I'll probably put this in the long. I'll probably put this a little bit in the fund, or the trade view fund, if you will, the fund that doesn't short to do options. It's just a position.
I like trades, Mike. I don't know if you feel the same way, where the market is either good or bad from there. Okay, so if we hold here and don't close under the 200 and take out that low, you've got a nice tight stop on a trade. You could get out under the low, and you're buying it where it's either going to break down or it has another wave left to the upside, instead of in the middle of something. I like inflection points where the market bear digging its heels here. Otherwise, we have a breakdown.
Yeah.
Or the market better push through resistance up here now, or it could sell off. So a few of the stocks you're showing me look like they're pretty close to that technical state.
I mean, this is this stock net. I mean, this was 2 weeks ago was 220, 220,
Yeah.
now it's 130. ASAN, I mean.
Is that a Kathy Wood?
They all are, man. Most
Okay,
of them
they all are.
I'm in a couple of them too that are like, listen, I'm not going to lie. And I said, I'll say advanced trade. I'm building some longer term positions in a couple of Kathy stocks, but these aren't them. They're actually a couple of these bios, which everybody's getting hurting in. SDGR, I'm not going to lie. I'm starting a little position there. I think that's a good company, but I don't give it some time to work itself around. I kind of like that one. What else? Actually, that is the only one.
So, I saw one of her spokespersons probably works with her, an analyst with her. And, they're trying to say that it doesn't bother them to give up the funds down 40% from the beginning of the year. Why don't these fund managers ever take chips off the table when
I don't
things
know.
are rich?
Listen, it's the same reason why. Listen, I'm a boutique fund, if you will. It's the same reason why I don't hold the Tesla from 400 to 100. I'm active, but yet again, I'm not going to. I'm not even going to knock on wood. I don't have to, and that's not egregious or I'm not even superstitious. Though I'm not going to apologize. I don't go down 40%. I mean, it's a difference. So I don't know. I don't. It's.
I don't know how they rationalize it.
I don't know how you rationalize, holding, I don't, you have to listen, maybe it boils down, they have a research team. We have people too, but we don't have a, all, an extensive
It's
team with
never a
it.
profit till you take it, right,
Well,
bro?
not only that, it's just, I'm an active manager. I mean, these people, do, if it goes back to the
Why are
old
their
cliche. If you,
mouses? What's wrong with their? They can't click.
Well, let's go to the old cliche. If you want something to work, usually you don't watch it. I don't know. Maybe I don't play enough golf or something. I actually watch my positions. I don't know.
Yeah, manage them from a higher time frame helps sometimes. And you don't have to leave.
No, touche. Believe me, I was one of the best day traders in the country. I have no problem saying that. Anybody could disagree. You can talk to me offline. It'd take me after almost a decade to unwind that type of thinking. You know what I mean? To
Yeah,
let it expand. That's why you always
yeah,
have to have a plan. Price
yeah. Well,
targets
you're going
help.
to have longevity because that's a young man's game, bro.
Yeah. Oh, well, yes,
You
it
know,
is.
and
I'm trying to pass it on to a couple of people, almost like moonshining, but I don't know if that's going to stick.
okay, so I know the metals got hit, and Lewis has already brought it up. I want to talk a little bit about what's happening in semiconductors. They've been really kind of the poster boy for this sell-off here. Haven't made new highs. Are we approaching any kind of major moving averages? Can you
Is
move your chart so that, I think sometimes the scale blocks the last trading day. If you could just slide the action over a little.
slide
Okay,
the
so
action?
there it is. It's at
Okay.
84.24.
Yes,
So it's
correct.
holding. It's holding up right now.
Well, once again, you asked me about semiconductors. I don't really think that Micron's the best of breed. It's a lot cyclical, and once again, I don't think anybody will argue.
Yeah.
But that right now is the hottest one, if you will. And by the way, if you're shorted, I would be nervous shorting because it's going to take a lot for this stock to budge, holding all moving averages. You even have this positive price action today. But you go to maybe the other ones. You can go to Lamb Research, which I think pulled back.
AMD pulled back sharply.
Yeah, AMD was more crypto related with the
I
pullback, in
see.
my opinion. LRCX hung in there. Matter of fact, it's the high of the day, if you will. Teradyne, the lost brother. They're all, yes, they're one. You know what? Listen, the bottom line is Micron's the one to buy, and it's a crowded chart. I don't think it's a crowded thought because everybody's a little skittish on the market. And Micron is the one to buy. Yes, I would. Micron is. You know what? It's even Friday's an option expiration. Probably stays near the 85 number to a degree. I'm not saying that's a lock, but Micron's to buy here in semis, and yeah, they look good.
And this time of year, Mike, are you more in a pruning mode, looking forward to 2022? You have any themes that you're starting to think about?
Yeah,
You just
hopefully
have
they short squeeze some of my losers that I'm in.
okay.
No,
Are
but
they low floaters? I'll
no,
see
no,
what I
no,
could do.
I'm going to tell you what the losers are. The losers are bios. The baby
Okay.
bios the
Yeah.
speculative bios.
Yeah.
That of $4 stocks that start off as an 8,000 share position that turns
Right.
into a 16,000 share position. You're down $1 on, but it's not. Listen, it's not going to change my life, but it's a mosquito bite and it's causing me a lot of work. Certainly,
Okay.
we're up nice, nice on the year, blah blah blah. But I'm not really looking to add on new positions at this point. If granted, if it's warranted, I don't care what the day is. But yeah, I'm looking to
Can
get
you
out.
show us one? Let's see
What's
what it
that?
looks like.
A loser?
Yeah, let's see
Yeah,
it.
I'll show you. Play. Oh, here's one BLI. Berkeley Lights.
Yeah, I can see why you don't
This
want to
was a target of a
get rid
short
of it.
report, and
Yeah.
insiders are buying it aggressively. And coach, I took losses. I have no problem taking losses. This is not an ego trade. Insiders are buying. As a matter of fact, they started buying here, and the stock went from 18. And by the way, it's a heavy Kathy stock. Is if you can see, if I can go to TradeGATEHub,
I like the RSI setup on it actually, Mike. It's been building diversions for looks like months,
Well,
and
hold on.
I just noticed that gap up there on that report. That
It
would be a
doesn't.
viable target
Well, hold on. It doesn't make it right.
for an
But
FX trader.
But her buys, even yesterday, 12-13, she bought BLI. Once again, doesn't make it right. But insiders, the reason why I did is that insiders bought, and it was target of a short report. It bounced on that short report, but this is the XBI right now. Best of breeds are getting taken to the woodshed. This is nothing can withhold this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So good companies are getting hit by tax selling. So what I'm looking for is I'm not necessarily the one to add to the losers. And by the way, I'm not adding to more BLI down here. And the reason is because I think it'll inevitably pop. I need more confidence. I'm not going to lie. I still have rules, and without rules, there's chaos. The reason why I did is because of insider buying, and I think it's just getting bombarded with tax selling. You know, Kathy did buy it, and I've been watching it. That's one of my candidates, and the other one is SDGR. And by the way, this is one of Bill Gates's largest position. It's also a medical biotechnology stock. It's a sexy stock. I think it had a nice bounce the other day from 34 to 41. It bounced 6, but the market's getting weak again, and the XBI pulled back.
Another
and once
gap.
again, not to make it right, but it is SDGR. I think, yeah, right there, another Kathy stock that she bought. Now I have my eye on it because it's a bio. It's not because I think they're eventually going to squeeze Kathy, and I'm going to make, I never want to make money on hoping that a short squeeze happens because they're going to bury you. But these are a couple of little things that I'm nibbling on that were once high flyers that are going to maybe reorganize that are on literally out of a terrible theme. If I had $1 for every time I saw a biotech fund blow up, we could both retire. It doesn't make it right. I'm just saying.
Does it bother you that people are accumulating staples here?
Yes.
Pretty defensive move, right?
Yeah. It bothers tremendously that Coca-Cola was a big winner yesterday. And it didn't even bother me that I wasn't even in it.
That bothers you more. Yeah, look at that.
Okay, so I don't care. I don't care if that's Google, Apple, Widget, or whatever, .com.
So people want to hide out. They want to hide out in these.
They're hiding in Colgate. I don't like that. Look at this. And even worse, they're hiding in Procter & Gamble.
These are the best charts I've seen during our session right here.
That's correct. And I'm also in this stock I like long, SFM. This is Sprouts Farmers Market. It's a grocery store.
Yeah.
Kroger is acting well or pulled back a little bit. By the way, I like SFM here, and I'm buying more as we speak. I'm not saying that's going to be right, but I'm buying it. But yeah, you look at Procter & Gamble, that's a problem. The McDonald's. Hold on. So what I'm saying is, the difference between the pullback in whatever it was a month ago or even October is these stocks didn't rally. Now they're showing you that they're nervous about a more macroeconomic thing. That's all.
Okay, well, that's a big difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference. The rotation is going to be more prevalent, and that's why it's more violent. That's why you can't have an ASAN that went from 150 to 65. Only guys hoping for us to bounce
in a month.
Forget about it. In a week.
In a week, yes. Do you know anything about? I've heard
85
stories.
To 62. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Heard stories that a lot of the shorts have been taken out of this market, so there aren't many shorts to squeeze.
Well, I don't see any. Well, nobody thinks anybody's on sale. I don't see many buyers stepping in, and I wish there were shorts. It's even more troublesome because the short moves are more violent than the long programs.
Right. So, and I'm hearing that the last few months took care of them and cleaned them out.
Yeah, I did, and I was the one trying to pick the top and cover it too. But what are you going to? It's another story.
Okay. Anything else you want to draw our attention to, Mike?
No, well, it's all right. No, it's Tuesday morning at 10:25. We had the Fed starting today until tomorrow.
Right.
I mean, like I said, don't try to split the atom. I hate the term. Believe me, I'm active. I'm here. I'm really very rarely say it. I'm still not going to apologize, but I still rarely say it. Cash is better now. So, wait till Wednesday. You know what I mean? Just wait till Wednesday. You know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah. And then the next couple of weeks are chopped up with holidays, right? I mean, I think shortened sessions on the Friday before Christmas
well, there'll all be something to do. The VIX is telling you a little bit to the elevated degree there, Will. You'll say, don't try to make your Friday. Certainly don't try to make your year on December 28th. I think I can say that for you. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, Michael, thank you so much. Let you get back to your action, and really appreciate your views. And big takeaway is the difference between this correction and the one in the fall was there wasn't that move in the staples. So there's definitely some risk aversion going on. Correct, buddy?
Joe, correct. I thought we were signing off. Okay, cheers.
All right, and we will. We'll sign off. Good hunting, my trading warrior brother.
Cheers.
All right, adios.